Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your girl Monique Nicole. If this is your first time tuning in, make sure you stop what you're doing and you press that subscribe button. Also make sure you click that bell for that notification link. So hey y'all, so today is another topic video. I know I dropped two of them about a month ago and I have received a lot of love, especially on my last video, 32 with no kids and a baby contract. So this is going to be kind of like a part two for that video, because I know a lot of people who watched that video were so intrigued by the segment, a baby contract. A lot of people were for it, and also a lot of people were kind of against it. But hey, let's talk. Hey y'all, so let's get straight into it. So yes, today is all about a baby contract. So I really wanted to talk about this and piggyback off my last video because, I mean, come on now. Like, it's a pretty interesting topic, especially if you're like 30 and over with no kids. And I mean, that was like a lot of the people who were commenting who were kind of like in the same boat or experience the same thing as far as a baby contract. So the first part I really want to talk about is, let me describe what a baby contract is. A baby contract is an agreement that you have with you and somebody else. It could be like a best friend, somebody you know from like a childhood. Y'all have reached a moment in your life where you're like, hey, if I'm not pregnant, if I don't have any kids, if I'm not close to being in a relationship, engaged or married by a certain age, how about you and I just go for it and go half on a baby? So yeah, if your baby contract was set at the age of 23, so that by the time you are 33 and you're 33 and none of that stuff has happened, you and that person are just gonna make it happen. So now that we got that out of the way, one of the things I first wanted to talk about is, like, I guess finding like a suitable person to have a baby contract with. Now, I know a lot of people from my last video were commenting like, hey, they actually had baby contracts. To my surprise, a lot of people were admitting that because, you know, they reached a point in their life where they're like, hey, I'm over 30, I don't have any kids, I've accomplished a lot of things in life. Just one of the things I have not fully accomplished is being in love, finding somebody that I can actually call my own, and potentially being married and, you know, going through that whole thing, married, baby, and all that. And a lot of people said like their baby contract was with somebody who was a best friend, like a childhood best friend, someone that they knew, like they trusted and have known like over the years. And then a couple people were like, you know, it was probably somebody like they met in college, they know this person, they know like they have a good career and they look like a great person to possibly have a baby by. And yeah, they was just going to make it happen. My thing is, if you are going to find a suitable partner, make sure you have a good understanding and a strong bond. Now, I'm not going to say go ahead and find a suitable partner just for a baby contract. I mean, I'm a true believer in love. I'm a true believer in being patient and just letting things happen naturally. However, life doesn't always happen as expected. So sometimes, you know, you got to make the moves on what you feel like is suitable for your life. So I would say, you know, find somebody that wants to do the darn thing with you. I would say like the second part of this segment, I'm gonna say like basically like policies and procedures, like the guidelines of a baby contract. Now, when I posted my last video, a lot of people were like, I think if you were to have a baby contract with anybody, I would say definitely have the guidelines of, are you and this person going to jump into a relationship? Are you just going to make it work and just see how things go? Or are you and this person just going to do the thing to make the baby and go half? Like, or y'all going to move in with each other? Or y'all going to live close? how are you going to raise the baby as far as religious beliefs, like Christian, spiritual, and all that stuff, and just basically coming up with a guideline on how you want to raise the child together. Now, I am going to tell y'all that I don't know really too many of the specifics as far as like a baby contract, but I do know somebody who actually had a baby contract with somebody. They both reached a certain age and they were co-workers, and they were just like, look, like, I ain't getting any younger. How about we just have this baby and then we'll just co-parent? And they had a baby and they co-parent. I don't think they ever argued or anything because they already knew what their guidelines were. So yeah, if it works for you, it works for you. I would definitely, sit down, because, you are bringing a child into this world. And that's what's going to lead into my actual next segment. But that is a human being you're bringing onto this world who needs love and affection. And the way how this world is going around, you have to protect them from anything and everything. So if you're going to go through this, just make sure the best interest is for the child. Now, the third and last segment were basically, lash back on a baby contract, and mainly these were like from people who had kids, like, because they've been through it, and I definitely get it and I understand, and this is why I appreciate these topics, because you get so many different thoughts on one topic. You see the good, the bad, the ugly. And with the third segment is, a baby is not a mortgage note or a car note, or it's a human being, and you cannot treat a baby just as an accessory because you just want to have a baby. Like, there's more that comes to it. And if you are thinking about having a baby contract, maybe you shouldn't be having a baby after all. Now, I'm only getting that from this comment right here, and I feel like this person definitely had a valid point. Like, you have to think more than just bringing a baby into a world just because you're like, hey, I'm at a certain age and I want a kid. Like, this is a altering, life-changing situation. Once you have this kid, the person who you were before, you're no longer going to be, because you have to think, talk, and walk for this person you brought into this world. Now, to me, do you? I don't judge. I've definitely been approached with baby contracts, and it's crazy because I've from my information gathering, I've realized it seems like more males are setting these baby contracts than it is the females. And I've seen a lot of people who are like not against a baby contract. Like, they're so for it. They're ready. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the description box below, or in the comment section below. Let me know if you had a baby contract, you're thinking about having a baby contract, or if you're like, hey, I'd rather just let nature take its course. If I'm meant to have a family and a happily ever after, I'd rather be patient and wait for that than to feel like I gotta sign my name on a dotted line just to feel like I'm going to experience something because I don't know if it's going to really happen or not. So y'all let me know what y'all think, and make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Also, make sure make this as a topic amongst you and your friends. I mean, we are in quarantine, so I mean, you can always do this in a Zoom meeting or on your Facebook. Just make sure you shout me out. All right, y'all.